Hey guys, how are you? This is Proud Granny, and you are watching at Proud Granny's Reality. I kindly ask you to subscribe, like, and share if you haven't done that. And please, subscription is free. So please, I need your support, guys. So hi, if you phone the kids, they'll be crying and saying, "Mommy, come back. We don't want anything, but we want you, mommy." And then that one, I would cry because it was the first time for me to separate with my kids. But still, I did not give up. And then the year end, I went home to my kids. And then when I was coming back, goodbyes are never easy. And then it was tears again, tears again. They didn't want me to come back, and they wanted me to stay with them, not because they were staying, my mother was doing something bad to them or not, but that bond between a mother and a daughter, they were used to me like I never. It was our first time, and we thought it was gonna be just for a short time, but here I am. I'm still in South Africa, and I thank God that with the little that I was having, I managed to educate my kids. I am now a mother of a teacher, and the younger one, very soon she will be finishing her studies. And I did not want my kids to do the same things that I'm doing, like to, I wanted them to be at least educated, to have a better job, better things to do than what me I'm doing, their mother. Because me now, sometimes this work is so stressful. You come back in your room, you cry, you wipe your tears, you go back again, because you know the reason why you came to work. you know I came here for my kids, and I must work. I cannot, and I will never let down my kids. That is what keeps me going, because of my kids. And I'm so grateful, because the where the name came from, Proud Granny, because of him. That boy loves me to the moon and back, and I love him so much, so much. You should hear the conversation on the phone. Yo, I love him. And you so you know you he's so I don't know how to explain it. He's young, and he's intelligent. He's very clever, very clever, that boy, intelligent. And I just thank God, because we've been through a lot. A lot has happened, but I never gave up on my kids. I never gave up on them. And I I chose, it's a choice that I did, to put my life on pause, and to look after my kids. After I finish, when they are able to stand on their own, you know, maybe that's when I'll start to look over myself, to do things, because a lot of things are on hold, because I told myself I brought these kids in this world, and I must look after them, and I must make sure they acquire whatever education they can, so that they will be able to manage their lives without borrowing, without worrying anyone. Just I'm just happy because they can do things for themselves, because not because I'm clever, or because they have this mighty wara wara. No, because I educated them, the little that I have. I just want them to be able to stand on their foot, to look after their families, to look after themselves. Of course, the other one is not yet married, but I'm no this is preparing a good, foundation that I'm laying for them. So whenever, we are here, and we are going somewhere. So the day that the Lord will say, "My daughter, you are coming," when my kids are done, I don't have a problem. I'll go peacefully. That's my prayer to God, that God, please let me, help me do this, because I want to see my kids. I want to see more of my grandchildren. This gives me, like, it gives me life. Like, it keeps me going every day. It's something that I want because I was uh, married and my husband died, and who am I to leave my kids? And I had to do what I had to do. I had to look after them. I had to do everything because I am their mom. I must make sure I take them to school and I try to look after them. Not that because I have much, but you know, you must just try because these kids, and we must like learn to communicate with our kids and telling them how life is, where we were before and where we are. Thank God my kids know exactly what we went through and they know their purpose to go to work. Yes, it might be a mistake or one because kids will always be kids, but I'm not saying that my kids are perfect or they are bad because I think they do understand where we are coming from and where they are going. I just want the best for them as a mother. And I think every other single parent can relate, whether you have been divorced or what. Because some, they have the privilege to be left with everything that they want and they don't have to suffer to take their kids through education. And there comes us that you have to like put your life on hold so that this and this can happen. This is what I chose, and I'm happy because I was not forced to do it. I feel good. I feel like, I feel proud because Mina, I do not have any qualification. I'm not a graduate of anything, but to be a mother of a graduate, and very soon I'll be a mother of graduates, which is something that I'm proud of myself, according to my ability, according to how I earn, how I get my money. I did not, I do not strive, even if I'm paying it the fees. God is so faithful. You will never put you in a situation where you cannot um come out. God has a solution always, because when I look back in my life, I see all the things that God has done for me and my kids. And I cannot thank this God enough. So I just wanted to encourage one or two that let's look after our kids. Being a single doesn't mean we have to like feel pity for people to look after us, to help us. People must help because they want to, not to help because we are showing them sad faces, like we are showing them that we do not help. We really, really need help. Let's try and strive to be there for our kids, to look after them, to do everything. I mean, I'm not saying I don't get help. I do, but people will be helping me not because my head is on the side. They thinking, oh, this one is suffering. We must do this for her. We must do that. No, people because they want to add on top of what the little that I'm having already. Taking my kids to school, doing this, doing that. I am trying because raising kids from 7 years and 3 years until they become what they are now, it's not easy, and it's not something that you can play with. It's by God's grace. And when if I had come here, maybe if I had remarried, I'm always asking myself, what if I had remarried? Would my kids be where they are now? Because I remember very, very well when their father passed away. This my kids, and this one, the younger one was in grade 1, and then the other one, she was in grade 3, I'm sure. They settled me down and they told me straight, Mama, if you get married, us, we're not going to be happy. Because what if that father is not going to like us? And then I did not take it seriously that time. But when they went to school, and then I then decided, what if my kids are telling me the truth? I stayed and I looked after my kids until now. And I do not blame my kids that they said I mustn't remarry or what, because it's a choice that I made. That I said, no, let me just stay with my kids, look after them, and then we'll see as time goes on. So just today, I just wanted to encourage one or two single, just those little things that we do, to they know and they appreciate, you know, they see where these things they're coming from the heart. Because we do not have, and we try by all means to help to make them smile with the little things, like just buy a birthday cake, just to do a small anyana part, for your kid to play with the friends, and then they must have fun. That way, the kids will know our mother is thriving, she tries, and they see and they will appreciate. And we must always, always, always tell them the good things that they must do, like behavior, in terms of behavior at school, around people, even at home, because you have to start at home for you to be good outside. So, Mina, I'm always telling them, my kids, please, I do not want anyone to come and say, your daughter did this to me. You must be able to control yourself, control your temper, do this, do that. Is important also. So I think my next video will be on how I became a widow at the age of 27. It is the most difficult. In fact, it was the most difficult time. Okay, we heal as we grow, but we do not heal completely. I mean, I still feel the pain and the gap, because there are times when you would think, I need this amount, and God, this is the only amount that I can get. And the child wants to go to school, she wants this, she wants that. Sometimes you close the door, you pray, you cry, you wipe your tears, and you smile again when you go out. It's difficult. It's never easy. It's never easy. But God keeps me going. And I am here because of the Almighty. Otherwise, if I did not know this God, I don't know where I will be. But I thank God for everything. I thank God for loving me unconditionally and for keeping my kids. I always pray, God, look after my kids when they go out, when they come in. It's also important to pray for our kids, to pray for what we want them to be like. It's important. We have to intercede for them every day as we pray. God hears our answers. Yes, I know that. This mama that they won't be that, because this one is already working. She has a husband and a child already, and the younger one, when she starts working, she mustn't bother me. She must do things on her own, because this is why I'm educating them. I don't want them to depend on somebody on all the things. They must be able to provide at some point, if not every day. And let's not educate our kids like thinking, yeah, now that he or she has gone to school and she's gonna look after me, and we have to like be on behind them on their necks saying, yeah, I want this, I want that, I want that. No, the reason and the purpose for educating our kids is for them not to be able to look after themselves, not to come back to us to